What's good, peoples? Can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Got to get this thing back right. Yo. What up, what up, what up, what up? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Thumbs me up if you can hear me. Thumbs me up if you can hear me. Yo, 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 yo. Can y'all hear me? Test, test, test. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, good, good. This damn thing ain't working. There you go. Yo, what up? We're gonna hit it all. We're gonna touch on it all. We're gonna touch on it all. Don't worry about that. We're gonna touch on it all. There you go. All right, let's get some of these shout outs done. I'm a little behind y'all. Y'all know how this live go, man. Move this out the way. What up? All right, we ready. I had to get locked in real quick. MK, shout out John. Shout out Doug. What up? Shout out to the hooligans, man. What up? Feel the pain. What up, A-Rod? I see you. Hip Hop Junkie, shout out to you. P Nash, what up? Jacob. Ain't gonna skip nobody. Jay, Neil, Steven, King, what up, King? Jacob, what up? Bucket with your girl, what up? Welcome back, Lawrence. John, what up? I think I already called John. I try to hit everybody. Carlos, cover two, welcome back, man. Daniel, what up? Doug, what up? I see all your comments. I see everything. I see everything. Yeah, I see everything. Let's start touching on some of it. Look, I don't normally just pop up on y'all on live like this. Y'all normally know when I'm gonna be live and all that. So whoever rocking with me is who rocking with me. Whoever's still around, still around. Whoever ain't around, ain't around. First thing, let's talk about Dan Canales, Carnales, whatever your name is. Shout out to you. Here's my thoughts on the Dan Canales signing. I know I'm saying his name wrong. I appreciate the energy that the bro is bringing to the locker room. He's bringing a youth, a spark. I like that part of it because last year or last season, you just saw a bunch of just hanging around. These guys was just hanging out. They was just hanging out. I mean, they was playing football, but they was really just hanging out. Like I guess they just got tired of being around each other. I don't know. I don't know, man. They just got tired of the game, it seemed like. No energy. And then you already know Todd Bowles don't really got energy like that. So it was just dead. It was a dead locker room. I think the team just kind of knew like things just ain't going right this season. I mean, Brady with all his drama going on and offensive line trash. We ain't get nothing from the running backs. Byron Leftwich don't know what he doing. Defense ain't really playing like they need to play. People getting injured left and right. I mean, the season just didn't feel like it was going right or going to go right. And sometimes they have little sparks where they'll jump up and actually do something, but at the same time, it was just like dead. So I do like the energy that he seemed like he gonna bring. He bring in a different type of spark. Sometimes when you've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you get tired of doing it. Teams figure out how to beat it. That Tom Brady, um, Byron Leftwich offense, it only took a year. It only took a year because the next year it was figured out. The next year was figured out. But the thing is, see, the first year Tom Brady came and we had Byron Leftwich calling with Tom Brady, and they got their masterminds together with Bruce Arians. It was hard to dissect just how we was going to beat you. It was hard. Nobody expected Leonard Fournette to do what he did that year. Nobody expected Chris Godwin to go off. Nobody, AB was here and Gronk was here, and nobody knew how to handle all that. Byron Leftwich had freedom to just play with his toys. But the reason why he was as successful as he was the first season that Brady came here and did his thing was because nobody kind of figured out and knew what we was going to do. And then when we started doing it, you couldn't stop the skill players that we had that was doing it. You can know that Rob Gronkowski running a slant on this play, but you can't stop it. That's the difference. You can know, you just can't stop it. You know AB finna run this delayed fly and all this out, this in. You knew he gonna run it. You just can't stop it. But what happens when you replace Rob Gronkowski with your Cam Brate, or you replace AB with a Russell Gage? So not only do you know what's happening, but the player that's running it, you can stop him. So that offense was figured out after a year. And that's the reason why Byron Leftwich ain't an offensive coordinator in the NFL today. It's because they're saying to themselves, what are you going to bring that they ain't figured out already? And we don't got a Tom Brady at quarterback, a Rob Gronkowski at tight end, and an AB as a wide receiver with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Sir, we don't have that. And that's the only way your offense will work, is you got to have damn near the best of the best in the position, because what you call it ain't all that crazy. It's the execution that's crazy. So year number 2, we struggled. We struggled the year after that. We had some success, but we still struggled a little bit. Then AB want to act crazy, and then things just start falling apart. So they came back again, and they said, let's run it again. Let's do it again. This time we're going to bring in Russell Gage, and we're going to bring in Julio Jones, and we're going to draft some tight ends, and we're going to draft a running back, and we retool this thing. But guess what? Again, for that offense to work, everything's got to be in place. That's offensive line, wide receivers, running backs, everybody doing their job and doing it at a very high level for that offense to work. Because it's not a complex offense. It's a simple offense. That offense is predicated on execution. That's why you're gone. Because maybe everybody don't execute on every play, and it's very, very quarterback centric. That's why they had to move on. They have a choice in the matter. Now remember, Todd Bowles did not put that team, that coaching staff together. Bruce Arians did. Todd Bowles said, well, I might have not ran it like this, but then Bruce Arians retired way too late into the offseason. So he didn't have time to talk to the OCs that was out there, the candidates, and talk. He didn't have time to do that. He needed to put this staff together. So he just left it the same. But you could tell that things was fractured. You could sense that. You could sense things was fractured. So Dan Canales. I'm killing this man's name. I already know that. His name sounds like some good salsa. You know? His name sounds like some good salsa. Hey, bring me some of that Dan Canales so I can throw it on these henna lime tortillas. Yeah, I'm gonna add some of that Dan Canales to it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be bang when I add that Dan Canales to it. Anyway, I like the kid, man. I like the guy. He does bring that energy, but the thing is, he ain't never called plays. Now, we can't kill him for that because there's been times where offensive coordinators never call plays. There's been times when head coaches never was an offensive coordinator and they jump and become head coaches. But you're taking a risk. You're taking a real risk. We can't say Canales got a complex offense because we ain't never seen it. I mean, we could look at Pete Carroll team. We could look at that. We could look at the Seahawks and kind of see what they did with Geno Smith and go, okay, I see. But you was the quarterback's coach. So we can give you some credit for Geno Smith's play. But I don't know if we can give you the offensive credit for the whole offense. I don't know about that. I mean, because we talk about Byron Leftwich, we don't talk about the quarterback's coach that was coaching Tom Brady. We don't talk about that. We talk about Byron Leftwich and what he did and didn't do. I don't know how much the quarterback coach got to do with the plays. I know he got to do with techniques, quarterback techniques, helping to break down the defensive film. He got all that with those responsibilities, but coming up with the game plan, I'm sure he's in the room. I'm pretty sure you're not going to leave the quarterback's coach out of the developing the playbook. I know you're not going to do that. But he ain't never called plays. So Bucs fans that's excited, you got a reason to be excited. You should be excited. It's new. Anytime there's something new, the fans are going to get excited. Anytime there's something new, the fans are going to get excited. Because it's new. But let's peel back the onion, though. Let's be honest. If you think that Dan Canales is going to come into the Bucs locker room and we're going to be scoring 35 points a game, you are sadly mistaken. I'm not saying we won't win. I'm just saying don't expect 35 points a game, not this season. And definitely not early on. But don't get discouraged if we only scoring 18, 15, 14 points a game, 18 points a game, something like that. Don't get discouraged because he'll figure it out. He would definitely figure it out. It's just, can he adjust? See, the biggest thing I'm concerned about when you never call plays before is, can you adjust on the fly? You might be able to do that, but I need to see that. Okay, this ain't working, so let's switch to this. Okay, that ain't working either. Now let's switch to this. Okay, none of that's working. We got to come with something completely different. Maybe you got to go no huddle. Maybe you got to throw more screens, throw less screens. Maybe you got to start taking shots. What happens when it's late in the game and we down? What you calling? I don't know. When we up, what you calling? Because I could tell you exactly what Byron Leftwich was going to call. I can tell you. First down, you run. Second and long, run. Third and long, deep shot. Or screen behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8, guaranteed the screen was coming. Guaranteed. Why? Because he was trying to get the 4th down. That's just how Byron Leftwich ran his thing. So you can't run your thing like that. Now, what I will say is the growth of Geno Smith has been amazing. So if you had a hand in turning his career around, it seems, then you should be able to work wonders for Kyle Trask. Here's the problem, though. They did not hire you to be a quarterback's coach. Everybody keep talking to me about how Dan Canales, right, how he turned Geno Smith around. And he did as the quarterback's coach. He is the offensive coordinator. Oh, he has to be concerned with the entire offense, not just the quarterback. That is the play of the wide receivers, the tight ends, the offensive line, the running back, everyone. Now, Ty Bowles showed you the difference between when the coordinator can only needs to focus on the defense versus having to focus on the entire team. Changes things. Last year, I felt like our defense, no, I ain't even felt like our defense was top 5 last year. The year before, it was top 5. But also, all Ty Bowles had to focus on was the defense. You expand what he got to look what he got to pay attention to, and the defense ain't so good. I'm not saying they're bad, but they ain't so good. Now, we had a lot of injuries and blah, 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 but we also had injuries during those times, and we still pulled out a top 5 defense. That's because he only needed to focus on the defense. But when he focused on the whole team, when things change a little bit. So the fans that's going crazy over this signing, I mean, it's great. It's good that we got an offensive coordinator, but let's pump the brakes on. He's going to be able to turn Kyle Trask into some superstar. He ain't going to have the time. Now, where he can help Kyle Trask is putting him in the best positions to succeed, and you could do that as an offensive coordinator. But let's not pretend like this guy's just going to be sharing an apartment with Kyle Trask and just going to turn him into. It's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen like that. It's not doom and gloom, though. He's going to be able to work with him. I mean, he is the offensive coordinator and he is the quarterback. So he's going to be able to work with him, but he's not going to be able to spend the kind of time that he's going to need to spend with him to get him to like some elite level, some Josh Allen level or something like that. He's not going to have that kind of time. And who they promoted at quarterback as quarterback's coach is Thad Lewis, who was an old, I think he was a Cleveland Brown quarterback, I believe. I don't know what the hell Thad Lewis is going to bring to the picture, but I guess Ty Bowles like him. So if he like him, I love him. But what he going to bring to the fight, I don't know. I don't know what a quarterback, what him as a quarterback's coach is going to bring to the fight. I just don't know. I mean, I don't think he has a proven track record of turning some quarterbacks around. Now I'm not going to act like because you wasn't an amazing player that you can't be a good coach, because that's just not the case. I mean, you can be an average player and then turn around and coach and be great. I mean, we got plenty of examples of that. I mean, Byron Leftwich won the Super Bowl. He wasn't a great quarterback, even though he did play for the Bucs and the Steelers. And Jacksonville. He wasn't a great quarterback, but he turned out to be a pretty decent offensive coordinator until he got figured out. So let's pump the brakes. We're not upset. We're not scared. But let's just pump the brakes. Let's slow down. And I say that so y'all give them a little breathing room, because the Bucs fans is savage. They expect you to come in and knock it out of the park day one. That's not going to happen. Which is why I feel like the Bucs are going to bring in a veteran quarterback. They have to. But it ain't going to be nobody crazy. Miss me with the Derek Carrs. That's not happening. We don't have the money for that. Miss me with all these guys miss me with the Baker Mayfield. That's not going to happen. We don't have the money for that. And we rebuilding. So we rebuilding, retooling. I wouldn't want you to go out there and spend no damn, 30, $40 million on a quarterback when when we ain't gonna really be able to get popping for another 2 years, 3 years, maybe. And by that time, his contract over with. Right? So I wouldn't spend no big money like that. I wouldn't do that. However, I do got one out there that I want to take a little rain check on, and that's Marcus Mariota. Miss me with your Jimmy G's. Miss me with your Jimmy G's. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. Miss me with your Jimmy G's. Miss me. We need somebody to come in here that can be a bridge quarterback that ain't gonna necessarily lose your games. He may not win you much, but he ain't gonna lose you much. Just somebody calm. We don't need you taking over the locker room. We don't need you trying to be this big leader and lead the offense. And we don't need you to do all that. Obviously, because Kyle Trask can't do that. Kyle Trask can't lead that offense locker room like a Tom Brady would. He ain't got the accolades. So bringing in Mariota is the same thing. See, Baker Mayfield, I believe, will come in and try to be like, I'm Baker Mayfield and I'm here. I'm trying to get on some commercials and all that. Nah, we ain't with that. We got a different type of thing going on here. Derek Carr is good. I would have liked the Derek Carr, but he's too expensive. We retooling. We ain't got time to be paying nobody $30, $40 million. No, he's too expensive. Miss me with the Jimmy G's. Why? Because Jimmy G can't stay healthy, man. Right? When we rebuilding, we don't need to be out there with a Jimmy G hurt half the season. All that stuff that San Francisco going through, trying to figure out who's going to be the quarterback and all this, switching quarterbacks all year. And all, man, we ain't got time for all that. When you trying to build up a young squad, you ain't got time for all that. We need somebody to come in, be quiet, shut up, play quarterback, don't lose us the game, manage the playbook, distribute the ball, just like Dan said, distribute the ball and shut the hell up, move out the way. That guy that we need, he's coming. That guy that we need is coming. He might come in this draft. He's coming. But ain't one of these guys. You want a guy, let me tell you what you want right now. You want a guy that you can bring in, like Mariota, that's going to be quiet, that's going to run the plays that's called. He ain't going to put up too much fight in the, he ain't going to make too much noise in the locker room. He just going to come to work every day and work. That's it. I just need you to come to work every day and work. That's it. I don't need you to hype up the huddle, and I don't need you to do none of that. Run the plays that's called. That's it. And shut up. Kyle Trask. A lot of fans want to see what Kyle Trask got. And I like Kyle Trask in a sense, but again, Kyle Trask stayed behind Blaine Gabbert the whole time. Why? Why? If we're going to keep three quarterbacks, Blaine Trashers could have been the third quarterback behind Will Levis. Will Levis. We getting there. We getting to Will Levis. Behind Blaine Gabbert. Behind Kyle Trask. I'm messing up. We're going to get to Will Levis. They said Kyle Trask takes a while to learn to get an understanding of the playbook. You know? That's why you play backup in college, backup in high school. You a career backup. Because you take a while to learn the playbook. And now you got to learn another one, a new one. He had a hard time learning Bruce Arians' playbook from what I remember. And he going to do this thing. He's going to take a while to learn this one. This is new. Nobody don't even know this one. Dan don't even know it. Dan ain't even put it together yet. So if Dan don't know it, the team don't know it, and Kyle Trask take a while to learn the playbook, man, get out of here. It's not going to happen. Will he probably start there? Probably. If he does, I consider it a tank year. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the kid goes off. If he goes off, that's great for the Bucs fans. But let's be honest. I'm not trying to be negative. Let's just be honest. I like a Marcus Mariota to come in as a savvy vet, tell him don't lose us the games and shut up. And we'll sign him for 2 years. Sign him for 2 years. That's it. Hit him off with about 2-3 million. This year right here is just to see what we got. Mariota was picked right on the same draft as Jameis, right? And then 1 and 2. Got arm talent, got some feet on him. Played in our division. So guess what he could do? Tell us a little bit about that Falcon, what Falcons got going on over there. Oh, yeah, sit down and tell us what the Falcons got going on over there. You know, you've been in the building. And let's run it with him and see what he got. He a young kid, man. Let's see what he got. Some fans said, go back and get Jameis Winston. Nah, we good. We good on that one. Skip that. Miss me with that. Aaron Rodgers. Now, we had that team that Brady walked up on, playing like they walked up on, like he walked up on, then yeah, go all out. Try to get Aaron Rodgers, throw the whole draft, the whole book, everything at him. But we ain't in that position right now. You're going to bring this man here just to make money and then he's going to leave. I think the answer from Tampa 2 is to bring in Marcus Mariota for 2 years. This year, let him run, see where we end up at. If we good, if he's doing good, doing great, then he run another year, Kyle Trask the hell up out of here. But I also think this draft right here, we need to get a quarterback. You've had Kyle Trask in the building for what, 2 years? And I don't care what they say. He's not showing them much of anything. Don't seem like it. Now, I will say I like Kyle Trask's accuracy. I feel like he got good touch on the ball. I feel like that. I do feel like that. But I feel like that's it. He got good touch on the ball, but that's it. I haven't been impressed by this guy, and he ain't played that much. So I hope I'm wrong, but I just feel like Kyle Trask, sit him behind Marcus Mariota, and let's run like that. Marcus Mariota ain't finna win us a bunch of games, man. That's not. But let's see what he got. Because of all the quarterbacks that's available, he's one of the least expensive. He can't come in with no type of attitude because you really ain't accomplished too much in the league. But I don't really feel like he'll lose you games, and I don't feel like he'll be that big of a splash. See, when you're rebuilding and retooling, you wanna play the backfield. You want to sneak up on teams. Like, oh damn, wait a minute, they building something like the Jets did. You see what the Jets did? The Jets was rebuilding for the last 3 years. You ain't heard a word out of them. They had a terrible season, then they had an okay season, then they had a pretty good season. They just snuck up on you. Now they in talks to get Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because they ready. Now they making noise. Now they ready. They're going to be one of the top teams in the AFC this season. Trust me on that. Look what the Detroit Lions did. Same thing. Oh, they were sucking. Bad. Terrible. They just sat back, retooled, rebuilt. And now they finna roll out with something. This season right here, the Detroit Lions finna roll out with something. Keep sleeping on them. Keep sleeping on them. Yeah, that type of team. And let me tell you something else. The Steelers are doing the same thing. Shh. They ain't saying nothing. You know why? Because they retooling and rebuilding. And when they roll out, they're going to bust you in the head. And you're going to be like, where they came from. Mm-hmm. Another guy I like, if it ain't Marcus Mariota, and I've been telling y'all this for, 2-3 years, Taylor Heineke. I like it. I like Taylor Heineke. I'm good with that. Same thing. Come in here, shut the hell up, play your game. Now, Taylor Heineke will lose games for you. That's a fact. He will lose them for you. Marcus Mariota will lose them too, don't get me wrong, but Taylor Heineke, but he is high risk, high reward. He would come in the game and blow your ass out. And in the very next game, he can't get his mind together. Man, maybe that's somebody that Canales could work with, as an offensive coordinator, mind you. Work with him and get him straight. You take Taylor Heineke and you give him the poise and the decision making of Geno Smith had this season, Taylor Heineke could be dangerous. He ain't finna be talking. We ain't about to talk about him in the Hall of Fame or nothing, but he's getting there. He's getting better, is what I'm trying to say. But I think you put him with the right offensive coordinator, right quarterback, he might be all right. So I'm good with Taylor Heineke, and I'm good with that. I'm also good with Gardner Minshew. I've been screaming his name since the draft, since he got way back in the day. Since his name first came up, I've been talking about him. I get it. You look at him and you go, this dude ain't that good, man. This dude trash. I know you look at him like that. I'm telling you, the man can go off. He got an arm on him. But, he going to need some. But again, that's another guy. He's going to come in, shut the hell up, do what he got to do, pay him about $1 or $2 million is what it is. I'm not trying to end Trash chance before he even start. I'm just saying, put a veteran in front of him again, right? Give him a year to learn the offense because it takes him a long time to learn the playbook. So give him this year to learn the offense, right? And then he got one more year on his contract. Then you roll out your Kyle Trash theory. Let either Marcus Mariota or somebody go away, right? Because that'll be their last year. Let them go away. And then you draft somebody this draft to get them ready in case Kyle Trask is not ready. That person now got 2 years to learn the offense. He'll roll out with the team in his third year. So if we want to run with him, third year we can run with that person. And then fourth year we can either cut him or keep him. This is what it is. That's what I think we should do. If we run with Kyle Trask, we're going to win 4 games. That's just where I'm at with it. If we run with Kyle Trask, I feel like we're going to win 4 games. And we're going to be picking at the top of the draft, and we're going to be drafting a quarterback. So draft one this year, bring in Taylor Heineke or your Gardner Minshew or your Marcus Mariota, which is who I'm going with. Bring them in, draft you one, and then roll with Marcus Mariota, Kyle Trask, in the rookie. That's it. If Mariota stink it up this year, then next year, run with Kyle Trask after a year of learning the playbook. On Kyle Trask's final year. This is your contract year. This is your prove-it year. You've had a year to sit behind Mariota and learn the offense. So you got that piece. Now let's go. And if you got it, then boom, we're going to see right now. And if you don't, then this is your last year anyway. We can cut you. But I got this young guy that we drafted in the 2023 draft that's right behind you, ready to go. Guess what? If Kyle Trask does it and he's great, he's awesome, great. Now you got a great backup in this rookie who would then be a sophomore. Now you good. If he sucks, you got another guy ready to go. We shouldn't pigeonhole you in the draft that year. Now, let's talk about the draft. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, let's talk about some of these people that we lost, that we leaving. Okay, Donovan Smith is gone. They already said they're releasing him. Leonard Fournette is gone. They're already releasing him. I like Jamel Dean to probably go. I would love him to stay, but they paid Carlton Davis. I don't think they're going to also pay Jamel Dean. And Jamel Dean is going to want Carlton Davis money, if not higher. And the thing about it is I heard at the combine, Ty Bowles and the guys talking about SMB. And the way he was talking about SMB, he was talking about SMB like he was talking about Jamel Dean. That tell me that he trying to hype up SMB play because he know Jamel Dean is out of here. because we can't allow the amount of passing yards that we allowed last year, the amount of touchdowns we allowed last year, and be paying. And those two players are on the team, Jamel Dean and Carlton Davis. They're on the same team, and we paying them $30 million. We can't a season. You can't put that much money into your corners when you need everything. You can't put that much money into cornerbacks. Normally, teams pay one cornerback. Normally, they pay one cornerback to a nice contract, and then the other two are on your standard contracts. So they're not going to pay Carlton Davis what they paid Carlton Davis and then turn right around and pay Jamel Dean. I just don't think they're going to do that. They could franchise tag him, but it's the same deal. If they're going to use a franchise tag on anybody, it need to be Jamel Dean, but that's still a lot of money. Leonard Fournette's out of here. Yeah, he should be out of here. He got a bad attitude, man. He got a bad attitude, and Dan Canales ain't going for that. I can call that man 3-4 different names. Dan Canales ain't going for that. You can see it. You can tell from his press conference. He ain't going for no bad attitude. He not doing it. He not doing it. Nope, he ain't doing it. Leonard Fournette, you're out of here. Donovan Smith, you're out of here. I believe Jamel Dean is out of here. It's a money thing with him. Shaq Barrett coming back. That's dope. But I think that defensive line finna get shook up too. Because they ain't producing, it's just Vita Vea producing. I see a little article here and there say Winfield gonna be played different and all that. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Because y'all already played Winfield Jr., played him different. Y'all put him in the box a whole lot. I think they're going to do something with Cameron Brate. I think they're going to let him go ahead and go. I think it's going to be a lot of moving. Most of those people that we got going to free agency, I think they leaving for real. I don't think we retaining much of any of them, to be honest with you. They're going to keep some core players around, but I think they're going to get rid of a lot. Because if you're going to retool, you might as well go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Now they did say, that we would like to. Todd Bowles said we would like to compete for the division because he still think we could be competitive within the division. Carolina almost took the division if we being honest. You know what their downfall was? Quarterback. Well, corner and quarterback. They talking to Derek Carr. Now, for them, they've been retooling and rebuilding for the last 2-3 years. They finally in a position, I believe, Carolina, to make some noise. Not much, just make some noise. I think they're in position to do that. And I think they're a quarterback away from being able to make some real noise. Carolina's another one that did it on us. If you wasn't paying attention, Carolina was just in the background doing what they do. Just sneaking and building a team. And they ready to go. He's also talking to the Saints still. The Saints keep them a team. I'm not saying they always the best, but they keep them a team. They ain't never out of it. They always keep them a team. What was their downfall? Their downfall was quarterback. You throw a halfway decent quarterback to the Saints with their defense that they always bring, I don't know how competitive we're going to be in this division, but we got the opportunity to be. We got an opportunity to be, and it's going to all come down to how this offensive coordinator performs and how that defense performs. It's going to come to that. Defense need to keep us in games. Whoever at the quarterback position don't need to lose us the game, and I think we're going to be all right. Let's talk about the draft. We picked 19. That's a horrible place to pick, but it does leave you room to move up. Because it's teams that's number 11 down, 11 to 19, that will allow you to get anywhere from 9 to 15. They'll let you have it. There's teams that's picking 9, 10, 11. They'll let you in. They'll let you trade with them. But I saw somebody say we was gonna trade with Atlanta. Atlanta ain't finna trade with us. Stop. Why would Atlanta? Now I know Green Bay just did this and the Bears just did this, but why would Atlanta in the division this bad give up a pick of a playmaker to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which could be a quarterback, defensive lineman, offense, somebody that's gonna bust their head open? Why would you just give us that? The Bucs would be the last team that could even call me. I'll be like, I'm not taking no calls from the NFC South. You crazy? You lucky if I take a call from the NFC. Definitely not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They can get off my phone. We're going straight to voicemail. I don't know where they get that from. If that happens, that'll be crazy. I don't know where they get that from. However, if we're willing to give up this draft, just because we're going to have to give it up, we're willing to give up this draft and a little bit of next draft, we might be able to get up high enough to get a quarterback. If they do that, then I'm right about Kyle Trask. If they do that, then I'm right about Kyle Trask. They don't got confidence in them like they say they do. You know, a lot of times around this time, you start seeing a whole lot of talk about, oh, we love our quarterback. Their teams always say that. Don't listen to that. They always say that because they don't want the league to know, the other teams in the league to know what they really plan on doing. Oh, we love our quarterback. So what you would think would happen is the other teams would be like, oh, they're not trying to get no quarterback. They just said they like Kyle Trask. They're not going after no quarterback. We ain't got to compete with them for no quarterback because they're not going with it. They're going with Kyle Trask. And if they thinking like that, then that'll be perfect time to jump up. Because teams might sleep. So then I seen us when it come to quarterback anyway, I see us tied to Will Levis. Will Levis. Now, I like Will Levis. He got a big arm, but Will Levis is not polished in no way, shape, or form. Not polished at all. It's going to be a lot of Jameis Winston-esque is what I see in him. Not saying they're the same player, not even saying they play alike. What I'm saying is a lot of the decision-making and just letting his arm just go, trying to put the cape on. That is not the type of offense that Dan Canales runs. He does not want the quarterback being the center focus of the game. He don't want that. So if that's the case, then the Will Levis is not the right pick because he will make himself that. Just watch the highlights. He does great things, but he's going to make it about himself, and that's just not the offense we run. That's not the offense we're going to run. Dan Canales said, I want the quarterback to distribute. Can Kyle Trask do that? Of course. But I like Marcus Mariota to do that. Just distribute. We already know you could do that. Just distribute. You ain't going to make no noise. Distribute. I don't think Will Levis is the pick. I don't think we're going to be able to get him. I think he can be gone. But let me tell you this. If he's there at 19, which he won't be, I say even if he's there at 14, 15, something like that, go get him. Go get him. If he's there at 15, 14, 19, go get him. Other than that, don't jump up in the top 10 to get no Will Levis. That's not it. That's not it. You can get a quarterback, a serviceable quarterback, round 2. Just like you got Kyle Trask, you can go for another one in round 2 and just roll with that. Now, here's what I think we should do in the draft. I think we should draft best available, whatever pick we at. I don't feel like we should move it all. I feel like we should stay right where we at for every pick. Unless it's some guy you just in love with and he's available and you can jump to get him, stay right where you at. Just pick your big board together, and as players come off the board, just cross them off. Boop, boop, boop. And whoever is there, the highest person on your board, take them. I don't care if he plays safety. Take him. It don't matter what position you take on this team, it's going to be a good pick or it's going to be the right pick. Here's why I say that. If it's an offensive lineman that's next to go, you wouldn't take him? Of course you will. Only time I wouldn't take him if he was a right tackle. If he only played right tackle, I wouldn't take him. Because we got a right tackle in Tristan Wirfs, even though they're saying they might switch him over to left tackle and all this. I don't think they're going to do that. But if they do, whatever. But if it's a right tackle, don't take him. Other than that, if it's a running back there, that's the next person on your board, you wouldn't take him. Of course you will. Especially if he's a bruising back. If it's a wide receiver on the board next, you wouldn't take him. Of course you will. If it's a defensive lineman, of course you will. If it's a corner, of course you will. Even if it's a linebacker, of course you will. Why wouldn't you? It don't matter the position. Hell, even kicker. If kicker's next on your board, why wouldn't you take him? Take him. The Bucs need to draft best available for every single pick this draft, period. Where you heard it first, Tampa 2. That's a strategy. That is a strategy, people. Put your board up, cross them off as they get called, and whoever's next, that's who you pick. That's it. You can get more targeted after the draft. So you got the draft, it's done. Then you got all these undrafted free agents, right? Because everybody that don't get drafted, they become an undrafted free agent. Now you start targeting. You say, oh, yeah, we didn't really get, well, let's go with an offensive lineman. Let's get with, yeah. You can find some good undrafted free agents. There's a whole lot of examples out there of undrafted free agents that balled out as rookies. So that's what you do. Undrafted free agents. And then you're not a player in free agency right when the bell rings. You're not. You're not. Because you're trying to save money. You are not winning the Super Bowl this year. We know that. Let's not get crazy. So because of that, if we're going to have to pay Tom Brady all this money, he ain't playing, and we're going to have to get under the salary cap by cutting all these people, and we're going to have to do all this to reshape our franchise, then why don't you use this 1 year to just stack up money? And if we're doing good, if it's looking promising, then you know that the free agency cutoff is in October. So you got time to still bring in a few pieces here and there after you kind of see what your team's looking like. Then you could play in that secondary, you can play in that arena at that point. Right? You can name your price and say, this is where we at. If y'all not with that, then I can't mess with you. And then you can do some trading there. You can, sign some free agents there. People get cut, all that. You can play in that arena. You are playing in the trash heap this season. You are not on Front Street just grabbing up high dollar because they just coming here to get money. You know that. So don't fall for that. That's what I think we should do. Shout out to the running backs coach that we got from the Cowboys. I really feel like he's going to be very, very good. I think his name's Skip Pete or something. He's going to be really, really good for Rachaad White going forward. Especially now that we cutting Leonard Fournette. And I think Keyshawn Vaughn going to get in there a lot too this season. And if you don't think we're drafting the running back, you're smoking. We definitely going to draft the running back. It might be late. It might be in the 4th round, 5th round, but we're going to definitely draft the quarterback. A running back. Yeah, we're going to definitely do that. What else we got to catch up on? I think that's everything, man. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. That's everything, people. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let me scroll all the way through. And see, he said, Canales' energy scares me, reminds me of Raheem, buddy. Okay, Rod G said that. I like that, Rod G. You might be right. He might be a player's coach. That's something to think about. He give you them Sean McVay vibes, don't he? He give you them Sean McVay vibes. They call him Sean McVay. They be so damn happy running down the sideline. He do give you them vibes. He do give you them vibes. That's why I'm saying you need a quarterback that's just going to shut up and chill. I like some of the people we was trying to bring in for offensive coordinator, but they went with the guy that they saw, or in their eyes, they worked to improve that quarterback. So that's kind of where the Bucs fans is getting this. Is going to be Kyle Trask, and it might be because you bring in an offensive coordinator like that's got a proven track record of reviving the career of a quarterback that we thought was just completely done. I didn't even know Geno Smith was still in the league. And this man right here, most improved player in the NFL this year. Period. Comeback player of the year. Geno Smith. That could have went to 52 times 32 different players. No, I'm sorry, 53. 53-man roster. 53-man roster times 32 NFL teams is how many players they had to choose from when they talked about comeback player of the year. And they chose Geno Smith. And you're his quarterback's coach. That speaks volumes. So that's what's leaning the pundits to say, oh, it's going to be Kyle Trask, and it might be. And do I think Kyle Trask can improve? I think he will. However, do not forget the fact that this man is becoming the offensive coordinator, not the quarterback's coach. He will be able to spend time with Kyle Trask. Of course he will. He will be able to work with Kyle Trask. Of course he will. But see, the difference is Bruce Arians, in which they call the quarterback whisperer, that's debatable, but he's an offensive-minded coach. He's an offensive-minded coach. So he's an offensive-minded head coach. He works very closely with the quarterback's coach and the offensive coordinator around the quarterback. I don't think Dan's going to be able to do that because he got too much to worry about. You're talking about a guy that's never called plays before. You think he got time to be standing next to Kyle Trask like, oh, throw it like this, throw it like that. You need to turn your hips like this. He ain't got time for that. He still got to learn. So you're going to need to bring in a veteran that you ain't got to spend that much time with. And you allow that veteran and your quarterback's coach to work with Kyle Trask. And then you give your input as the offensive coordinator on what the quarterback need to be doing and not doing. You put your information out to the quarterback's coach in the quarterback room, and then you go out and you go try to figure out what you're going to do on offense against this team. You ain't got all day to sit there with the quarterback and watch film. You don't have that kind of time, especially for somebody that never called plays before. So I just don't feel like – I do feel like he had a lot to do with Geno's success, but I don't feel like he's going to be able to dedicate that kind of time to Kyle Trask. I just don't feel like he's going to be able to do that. And so Bucs fans gonna say, "What happened? Why is he playing like this?" I thought he turned around. Because he don't have the time. Bringing a vet that's gonna shut the hell up and teach him. Teach him what he know. And you got Thad Lewis, a prior quarterback, teaching them. And then you're going to have, in my opinion, you're going to have a veteran, Mariota, somebody in there teaching them too. Somebody that don't want none of the shine. You bring in somebody high dollar like Derek Carr. Derek Carr ain't finna. They said sign Derek Carr for 2 years. You sign Derek Carr for 2 years, then what? You think Derek Carr going to be in there trying to teach Kyle Trask anything? No, because Derek Carr want the job. And maybe he earned it. But if he's trash and we end up getting rid of him, Kyle Trask ain't going to be no better because he ain't learned nothing. You really think he's going to teach him anything? No. You think Baker Mayfield going to be in there teaching Kyle Trask anything? No. So when you bring in these guys, you're trying to bring them in saying they are now the franchise quarterback. That's what you're trying to say. because your damn sure ain't trying to bring them in for a couple of years to be a bridge quarterback and teach Caltrans, because they're not going to do that. Marcus Mariota will do that. Because Marcus Mariota happy to put a helmet on. Oh, I'm on the NFL team? Great. What y'all need me to do? Teach him. Okay, cool. We with it. Let's go. Just like your Ryan Fitzpatrick's back in the day. Ryan Fitzpatrick was on your team. He didn't care nothing about teaching the other quarterback and getting replaced. He didn't care nothing about that. He was just happy to be in the building. What you need me to show him? Oh, okay. No, we'll break it down for him. That's cool. What Brett Favre say? Hey, I'm not a quarterback coach. Brett Favre told Green Bay Packers, I am not here to teach your quarterback. I'm here to play quarterback. So whatever he need to learn, y'all need to teach. That's what Brett Favre said about Aaron Rodgers. What's the other one? Tannehill. They said, oh, bring in Tannehill. No. Tannehill ain't it. Tannehill ain't it. You had one of the most dominant rushing attacks in the league. The most dominant rushing attack in the league. Now, I know Derrick Henry got hurt, but you got the you have to load the box. You don't have a choice. And you couldn't get no throws off on that. You couldn't get no throws off on having the most dominant running man. You out of here. I heard some people say Carson Wentz. Don't just miss me with the Carson Wentz thing. Just miss me with that. Miss me with that. Let's see what else we're talking about. I got to scroll all the way through because I got to catch up with y'all. Trade for Mahomes. You definitely trolling, Frank G. You definitely trolling. But we ain't got no money to pay no Patrick Mahomes. And why would he come? Man, hell no. Lamar Bucs Jackson, not going to happen. Nope. Too much money. Too much money, bro. Who said that? Phil said Lamar, nah, we ain't doing that. Daniel Jones, nah, Daniel Jones staying in place. Jacoby Brissett, I like Brissett. Let me see. I forgot about Brissett. That's why I be looking. That's why I got to get to the chat. I forgot about Brissett. I like Brissett. I really, really like Brissett. Brissett's the same as Mariota. It's the same. He's gonna come in, shut his mouth, do his job, teach who he can teach. He happy to be in the building. And Jacoby Brissett scared me when he was in Miami, and he was starting to come back in that game. He showed me something. I said, man, Brissett hurt good. Not good, but good. Sure, we can win this game. We ain't gonna win this game if Jacoby keep throwing like he's throwing. I like Jacoby Brissett. I like Brissett. MK say Tampa 2 should be at 50K subscribers at least. I appreciate that, homie. The problem is I'm just not on here often enough. That's the problem. If I got on here every day and told you every time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sniff call for farted, hey, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers farted today. Just want to let y'all know. Bye. Oh, I'll be up there. But I only do this for the real ones. That's it. I just do this for the real ones. I don't care if it's 5 people because I'm talking to a certain group. I'm talking to a certain demographic. I'm talking to them fans that just wanted the real. That's just they just want a real opinion. They don't want this. If you sound like everybody else, then I'll just listen to everybody else. They want the real opinion. It's only a small group of people that want to hear the real. And the people that want to hear it for real, they come right here. Shout out to everybody else. You're doing a good job. But the people that come to me, they want to hear the real. Let's go. Where we at? Sign Colin Kaepernick, negative. Okay. Bucs going to get Levante David leaving. I don't know, man. Levante. See, the thing about Levante David got his eye on Rondé Barber. He got his eye on Rondé Barber. And when he look at Rondé Barber, he say this is a Hall of Famer corner, safety corner for the Buccaneers, and he played with only us. And he got a Super Bowl under his belt. Then he looking at Derrick Brooks, Hall of Famer, only played for us, Super Bowl under his belt. I'm Levante David. I set all the tackling records for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super Bowl under my belt, and I played with one team. I'm staying. So whatever they're gonna do, whatever they gotta do, because Levante David ass don't want to go play for no damn Jets or the Jaguars or something like that. He don't want to do that. He want to stay a Buck. He got his ring with us. He good. He got a good career. He's beloved in Tampa. He can't do the things that got him his name in Tampa. He can't go nowhere else and do that because he's on the downslide of his career. Not that he's bad. He's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's still good. But he ain't gonna be able to go there and make a name for himself like he has already made in Tampa. Levante David is one of them players that you just really don't talk crazy about. You could talk about Devin White and you could talk about all these other people, but Levante David, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans love him, man. He's beloved. He's loved in Tampa. Levante David is loved by the fans. Whether he have a great game or a so-so game or whatever, he's just loved by the fans. So they're not about to let Levante David, a staple in the Bucs defense, just go. They're not about to do that. Mm-mm. They'll be crazy to do that. They'll be stupid to do that. And replace him with who? When you already know he want to stay. They'll be stupid to do that. They ain't gonna do that. They'll be stupid. Bucket with your girl said Panthers have to draft on offense. Yeah, they do. I think they got I like their running back core, but they're gonna have to get another running back because of Christian McCaffrey gone. But they got a lot of pieces on defense they need to fix too, and they need another wide receiver. They definitely need another wide receiver. They're gonna definitely need another offensive lineman. I like their tight end, but I think they could even reach for another tight end. So yeah, you're right. But they got holes all over too. But in the top of the draft, they probably will go offense. You're right, especially depending on the quarterback they land. Because people sleeping like Carolina won't go up there and grab Will Levis. Now, I already talked to you about how I feel about Will Levis, but let's look at, Cam Newton. Now we got Richardson that they comparing to Cam Newton, but don't forget about Will Levis. He got an arm. But for the Bucs, he's the wrong answer. But for the Panthers, they might reach and do that. They do got Frank Wright. Let's not forget. This man ain't no stranger to working with some good quarterbacks. He got the best he could get out of Carson Wentz when Carson Wentz was good. Then Carson Wentz started doing what he was doing. I don't know if he playing with his nose. I don't know what he doing. But at some point, Carson Wentz just fell apart. Just like Josh Freeman did. Just fell apart all of a sudden. And then he was just never good after that. The same thing with Carson Wentz. So they could reach and get a Levis because they got somebody that can work with him and tone it down and help him out. We don't have that because our coach is not an offensive-minded coach. So he's going to lean on his offensive coordinator to do all of that. And Dan Canales, Mr. Yay, Mr. Happy, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. So we'll see. Appreciate that, Marlo. Shout out to you. Let me skip through. Okay, let me skip through. Bucs drafting the kicker this year. You heard it here first from MK. Nah, you trolling for real. If they do that, man, I'm going to turn the TV off. We need a mobile quarterback. Steven said we need a mobile quarterback, and we need to get that left tackle from Georgia. Yeah. I mean, but any player for Georgia is highly touted already. You already know that. Any player from Georgia is highly touted. You don't get a team like that and they're not highly touted. And picking at 19 is rough. Picking at 19 is rough. It's going to be rough, man. It's going to be rough, especially on offensive linemen. Them good offensive linemen like that, it's going to be rough. We need a mobile quarterback. Yeah, I agree. But when you say mobile quarterback, let's be clear, okay? When we say we need a mobile quarterback, we don't mean that Jalen Hurts the mobile or Lamar Jackson mobile, which that'd be nice. Don't get me wrong. I would love that. But that's not what we're talking about. We need a mobile quarterback. We just need a quarterback that will get out of the pocket and make some moves with his legs, make some plays with his legs. Because that standing in the pocket statue, if you ain't got an offensive line for that, you ain't going to be able to do that. And the quarterbacks that's winning these days are mobile. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and I think Russell Wilson gonna be good this year too with Sean Payton. Don't sleep on that. That's serious. On Dak Prescott can move his feet a little bit. Tyler Heineke can move his feet a little bit. Yeah, so the teams, Kyler Murray, I think Arizona going to start making some noise here soon. So I think the league is moving towards you got to have quarterbacks that can make things happen. That's creative. But you ain't got to be a Jalen Hurts. You just got to be not Tom Brady, right? You got to be when you see holes, you got to take them. Tom Brady had a whole lot of holes last year that he could have took that he obviously not going to take because he's not that type of quarterback. He just going to fall on the ground. He'll take them every now and then, but I mean, he's got to be butt naked wide open before he take it. It's got to be a damn shame before he take it. Like if he open it, it make you say, man, that's a damn shame he that open. Then he'll run. It's got to be a damn shame for him to run. So you want the quarterback like we had with Jameis, kind of like that. Jameis tried to stay in the pocket for the most part, but he will create on you. The problem is when he start to create is when his mental breakdown and he make horrible decisions. So you want a quarterback that's kind of mobile but make good decisions. Again, I would love Jalen Hurts. And let me tell you something. If they want to go ahead and trade for what's the Chicago quarterback? Y'all know the Chicago quarterback. His name escaped me for some damn reason, but Justin Fields. If they want to go out there and go ahead and get Justin Fields, I'm with that. I don't think he's going to command. He can't command a lot of money because his ass ain't accomplished nothing in the NFL. Matter of fact, they the worst team in the NFL. You're the quarterback for the worst team in the NFL. So how much money could you command? What have you done? You ain't won no playoff game. You ain't did nothing. I don't even know if I don't think they had a winning season. So what you gonna command? Justin Fields' whole problem is coaching, and the team that's around him. The team that's around him is complete and utter trash, and the coaching is even worse. Even worse. So he's been a product of some bad, terrible coaches and a horrible team. So you go ahead and go out there and get Justin Fields. I'm with that. And so if you want mobile, there you go. That's mobile. And he got an arm. I'm with that. Where we at? What up, Hip Hop Fresh? I see you, man. What up? Trade for Dak Prescott. Boy, you talking crazy. MK, you on your shit tonight. Boy, you talking crazy all night. Drew Lock to Tampa. Jaden said Drew Lock to Tampa. I heard that too. I think what bothered me is Drew Lock's gonna come in with expectations. He's gonna come in with expectations, not because Drew Lock lit the league up or he's some special name or something like that. But if you work with the guy that we got as our new OC, and you worked with him before, and you know him and they like you and all that, the expectation is that you should come in hitting the ground running. You've been already working with this guy. So you should come in and hit the ground running. You should know what he's talking about, what he's saying. You know the offense. You should hit the ground running. Now, where this will benefit the Bucs is you got a quarterback in the quarterback's room that know the offense or know of the offense. Because obviously he's going to have some little wrinkles in there. That's his own little special sauce. But for the most part, the basic structure and foundation of the offense, Drew Lock is going to know. So to bring somebody with the knowledge of the foundational knowledge of the offense will be a very, very big benefit to Kyle Trask and whoever we have in the quarterback's room to have him in there who can break stuff down. Again, he as in Dan Canales, is not going to have the time to really sit down with Kyle Trask like we want him to. So bringing somebody like Drew Lock in will help in that aspect because you got somebody in there that foundationally know the offense. And he's in there sitting with Kyle Trask or whoever the starting quarterback is, even if it's him. he's able to sit in there and really break down what they're trying to accomplish. And so that'll be a benefit. So I'm not necessarily against Drew Lock, but understand he's going to come in with expectations that he's not going to meet. He's not going to meet it. He's not Paxton Lynch, right? He's not that bad, but Drew Lock ain't never made no noise, and he ain't going to make it now. But he can come in with the knowledge and impute that upon our quarterbacks. He can do that. I think it's a benefit from bringing him in. And he's going to be cheap. He ain't going to want no money, man. He's going to pay him minimum. Like, oh, man. So a locker room with Kyle Trask, Drew Lock, and Marcus Mariota, I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. Kyle Trask, Marcus Mariota, and Drew Lock, that's our 3 quarterbacks. I'm with that. With the order being Marcus Mariota, QB1, QB2 is Drew Lock, and QB3 is Kyle Trask. You heard it here first. Where you heard it at? You heard it here first. Grizzlo said, wish me luck, bro. They found a lump on my thyroid, so I got to see a specialist tomorrow to make sure it's not cancer. Prayers up for you, man. Shout out to Grizzlo. I'm really sorry to hear that, brother. I tell you, I promise you, I'm sorry to hear that. Make sure you message me on Instagram, Tampa 2 YouTube. Message me on Instagram, Grizzlo, and make sure I give you my number so you can hit me up and let me know how that go, man. Prayers up for you. Shout out to you, hooligans. We ain't never backing down. We ain't never running from nothing, man. You a hooligan, man. Stay up. You a hooligan. Stay up. Stay motivated. Stay up, bro. You got a different sauce in you. You got a whole different sauce in you, bro. So make sure you hit me on Instagram, Tampa 2 YouTube. I give you my number so you can keep in touch with me and find out, keep me updated on what's going on. Everybody make sure if you're a praying man, pray for Grizzlo. Shout out to Grizzlo, man. We different over here in Tampa 2, in the Tampa 2 arena, man. We different over here. That's a hooligan right there, and we're going to pray for you. That's a fact. Shout out to you, man. Sign Jared McCourt, MK, you going crazy. Sign Drew B. Oh, y'all going stupid now. Just wait for 2024 and get Caleb Williams, man. Look, if we anywhere near the ability to pick Caleb Williams, if we anywhere near that, Todd Bowles will not be the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Anywhere near that. To want Caleb Williams and think you can get him, that means we have a new coach. Now, the Buccaneers normally give two years to coaches. 2 years. So if we in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes, we are definitely doing horrible. And I heard some people say, "Oh, we can." Dan Canales, that's he's sounding like a head coach. Well, y'all need to relax. Because let me tell you something. I can get on the stand up there at the press conference, and I can talk you through the whole offensive scheme that I think we should run. Y'all gonna say I should be the head coach? Some people might feel like that. I feel like I should be the head coach. I do. I got the skills. Hey, not Todd Bowles, but Jason, hit me up, man. I know you watch my videos anyway. I be talking that. I put the science in it, baby. I put the science in it. Them first 15 plays that we run, because every team got 15 plays that they start the game with. Those 15 plays is what they run on their first, second series. And then they go into their playbook. Those 15 plays will be completely different every single week. Those 15 plays will be different every single week. We will come out in the game scoring first drive and second drive every week. We 14 up every week. Every time we touch the ball, we up. Because you ain't going to know what we doing, period, in the first 15 plays. You won't be able to script it. It's going to be real random. I'm going to take all the best plays that we had much success over the previous weeks throughout the game. And I'm going to pull out 15 plays just random from random games. And I'm going to say, this is what we're running. Then the next week, I'm going to pick out 15 more plays and we're going to run those. You ain't gonna know what we doing. We're gonna be up 14 before you blink your eye. Now we playing offense. Up 14. Minimum of 10. Up 10 at a minimum. We already coming out. You know, that's how they do it. That's how they win. That's how the Eagles win. That's how they got where they got. That's what Dallas do. They don't run the same 15 we do. First down run, second down run, third down, deep shot or a screen behind the line or a deep shot to a receiver that ain't open, punt the ball. Get the ball again. Now, because that didn't work, we're going to pass on first down, but it's going to be a pass. It's going to either be a quick slant or it's going to be another damn screen on first down. And then Donovan Smith going to get his penalty. Let me tell you about Donovan Smith real quick. Donovan Smith, we all know Donovan Smith picked the worst times to get his penalties. Long play gain, long gainer, he gonna get a penalty, or critical moments, he gonna get a penalty. All that, you already know that, right? The problem with that is no matter how successful your play calling is, if it's negated by a hole, you just took one of the greatest plays. But you know one thing I noticed, we never would go back to it. If the play worked, go back to it. See, that's another thing I would do. If it worked, I'm going back to it. You got to show me you can stop it. And then once you stop it, we'll switch it up. But don't blink because you're going to have to stop it again because we're coming right back. See, that's the one thing about Dan Canales. I don't know his name. Dan Canales' offense is that it's predicated on simplifying the playbook and just execute. Not all this special razzle dazzle and all. No, just plain old. And guess what? They beat us with that. They beat the Buccaneers with that. And I told y'all that week, I said, they ain't doing nothing special. They ain't doing nothing crazy. They just running their offense. I told you that week. Go back and look at that line. I said the Seahawks ain't doing nothing crazy, nothing special, just regular run base offense. They just execute at a very high level. And it's something to say when you have two running backs, and neither with Pete coming from Dallas, never lost a fumble. Never the whole season. That's crazy. That's almost unheard of. So you mix in that discipline with somebody that wants, with an offensive coordinator that just want to distribute the ball and want the quarterback to play point. I don't want him to try to be the superstar. Your running backs ain't fumbling. They getting 3-4 yards to carry, mixing it up, distributing the ball great. I think it's got potential. But don't let the quarterback be a downfall. So we'll see. Payday, what up, man? Salute to you. Jaden, we need bring back Bucko Bruce, yeah. Where we at? He said, nah, Mariota can't put on the bus uniform, disrespect to Jameis. Oh, you forgot about Ndamukong Suh, ain't you? Don't forget Gerald McCoy was here, and then Ndamukong Suh came here after Gerald McCoy, and he was drafted after Gerald McCoy. And what number did he wear? Bring Mariota here and put number 5 on him. Just happened. Tampa 2 head coach Bruce Arians, OC. Man, let me tell you something. If I did that, man, we'll be winning. That sounds like a dynasty. Let me get up there and do this. That sounds like a dynasty. Yes, sir. All right, people. I done caught you up with everything that's going on with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shout out to Grizzlo. Prayers up for you. Hit me up so I can keep up with you, man. My moderator, Grizzlo. Shout out to you. I'll come back. You know, once I let some news happen, I'll let all the guys go out there and tell you about every little thing the Bucs do. And I'm not dissing them because that's dope. I like that. I'm just not like that, but I do like the fact that they do that. They keep me updated because I don't be knowing what's going on like I like. But I'll come back when a bunch of stuff happened and we can talk about it all. Now, for those that's gonna catch the live tomorrow or some other day, leave your comments, man. Y'all make sure you come back and check the comments and see what they saying. I know I popped this live up out of nowhere. So Tampa 2, man. Shout out to Grizz Low. Tampa 2, man. Peace.